Hey everyone, Beatov here. So if you're like me, then you're a fan of SpongeBob, and I recently completed SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. I thought the game was fantastic, so today I wanted to share with you my ranking for the top 10 levels in the game. Just a quick note, this is solely based on my opinion of the game, so if you have a different ranking, I encourage you to leave a comment with your thoughts below. I will not be including levels that only consist of boss battles, meaning the Poseidon, Industrial Park, and Chum Bucket will not be on this list. As always, if you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button, it really helps out the channel, and without further ado, let's get to the ranking.
The robot's made himself dizzy!
At number 10, I have Kelp Forest. The first reason that this is so low on the list is because of the amount of backtracking that is needed during the Kelp Caves section that just seems unnecessarily tedious. Playing as SpongeBob for 2 minutes, and then having to walk back to the bus stop to switch to Patrick, only to need to switch again to SpongeBob 3 minutes after that, was pretty annoying. If this level was earlier in the game, I think it could have been used as a way to teach the player different abilities that the characters have, but I think implementing more bus stops would have been the better route. Mr. Krabs' Tiki puzzle didn't have this issue of backtracking, but it was in no way a linear puzzle. Getting all 3 Tikis to Mr. Krabs was more difficult than it needed to be due to the confusing layout of the level. A final but small critique of this level is that instead of collecting energy crystals, the player should be collecting magic conch shells as a reference to the show. At number 9, I have Downtown Bikini Bottom because by the time I finished the game, I honestly just forgot about this level. I think part of that has to do with the visuals, as the color choices are far from appealing. This urban setting mainly consists of light brown and gray colors that don't really mesh well with what I would picture in a SpongeBob game. Additionally, the Sea Needle area didn't really provide for much extra excitement because of how small that area was. I do need to mention that lassoing with Sandy on top of the car muffler houses was certainly a fun experience, but overall, this level just seemed forgettable. Sand Mountain found its spot at number 8 on my list, largely due to the fact that I played the Switch version. As you probably already know, the Switch's performance abilities are lower than its other console counterparts. I found the draw distance to be noticeably short in this version, and although it might not harm the gameplay in other levels, here on Sand Mountain it significantly affects the playthrough, as you have little time to react to finding the shortcuts. Additionally, there's not a whole lot to this level. It takes one concept, that being the slide challenge, and simply repeats itself for a total of 3 slides. Performance issue aside, I think this lack of having various challenges is what hurts this level.
Take that!
Here at number 7, I have the Merman level. The notorious rolling ball puzzle is a great idea for this level, but unfortunately there are 2 main reasons that you might find yourself needing to attempt this challenge numerous times. The first reason is that the game, at least in my experience, didn't always recognize when I hit a button or stepped on a platform, thus causing the ball to fall off the track. The other reason is that there is no timer that tells you how long a certain lever will stay in place. My first time through, I assumed that making a button turn green would keep it green because there was no timer, but unfortunately the ball fell down because the levers and buttons are on a timer. My last critique for this level is that the boss is Prawn and not Man Ray. If you ask SpongeBob fans who Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy's nemesis is, they would most likely say Man Ray because of the screen time in the show, or maybe even the Dirty Bubble. But instead, we have to fight Prawn, which is somewhat underwhelming with who could have been there in his place.
Turn pink! Pink!
How horrible!
Remember when I said that Sand Mountain didn't have a lot to it other than the slide challenges? Well, SpongeBob's Dream is essentially Sand Mountain 2.0. This level incorporates an extensive slide challenge in addition to other puzzles. Jumping over the music notes offers one of the more challenging platform sections in the whole game. I do think that Mr. Krabs' beat-em-up style dream was the weakest section of this level, but Patrick's dream at the end where he gives you a free spatula is not only a sigh of relief, but also a great comedic moment.
To find the golden spatula!
Right in the middle at number 5, I have Bikini Bottom. This level features the most well-known locations, such as the main characters' houses and the 2 rival restaurants. There really isn't much platforming or puzzles in this area, but that's okay because of the intention of this level. Bikini Bottom is meant to be an area for the player to explore as well as become familiar with the character's moveset. Even though there are sparse challenges in this level, walking around in Sandy's tree dome or even the retirement home more than makes up for the lack of platforming. Goo Lagoon found its spot at number 4 on my list. The carnival section is a really cool concept that showed just how fun this game was meant to be. Riding the Ferris wheel, dodging the spinning teacups, and even the bumper carts area is spot on as to something that I would expect to experience at a carnival. Additionally, both Larry the Lobster and Bubble Buddy were smart inclusions in this level due to their relevance to the show, and their challenges offered some well thought out platforming. Finally, the upbeat music in this area fits perfectly with the beach setting. Here at number 3, I have Rock Bottom, as this trench is home to a depth of quality gameplay. Right from the get-go, I ran to the vending machine and witnessed the iconic bus stop cutscene of SpongeBob missing the bus. In terms of gameplay, traversing through the art gallery was quite a spectacle, mainly because we got to see Squidward's famous Bold and Brash and these amazing murals. Following the art museum is the Trench of Advanced Darkness, where you get to play as Sandy, which is always a plus. The entire time throughout this section, I felt as if I was sunk into the ocean floor because the music drowns you with its theme. This entire level keeps you on high alert as you aren't exactly sure what kind of monsters or sea creatures reside in Rock Bottom. I may be heavily biased as the Flying Dutchman is one of my favorite side characters in the show, but I consider his level to be the second best in the game. The eerie atmosphere of this level is turned up a notch with the mysterious green goo that surrounds the level. The numerous pirate ships and cannons also add to an adventurous theme. The end of this level also features a showdown between Sandy and the Dutchman, which only adds to my enjoyment. I will admit that it would have been really funny if Patrick was in this level, due to his hilarious dialogue with the Flying Dutchman in the show. However, Sandy is a sufficient alternative due to her lassoing. Overall, this level nails the theme that it was going for and provides consistent fun due to the atmosphere, which is why I have it at number 2. And finally, at number 1, the best level in the game is the notorious Jellyfish Fields. Let's just say that there's a reason that THQ Nordic, the developers of this game, chose to showcase this level in their first gameplay trailer. Not only does this level offer an expansive playground for SpongeBob and Patrick to traverse, but it also allows us players to know what's ahead of us during our journeys in future levels. Yes, I'll admit that this level is very nostalgia driven, but can you really blame me? The music is top notch, the vibrant green and purple colors are cheerful, and even the battle at the end against King Jellyfish is a reference for us fans of the show. Overall, what makes this level stand out from the rest is that around every single inch of these fields, I found myself smiling and looking forward to what I will experience next. Well, that wraps up my list. Did you have a different ranking? If so, I encourage you to leave a comment on this video so we can discuss. Overall, I really enjoyed revisiting this game, and I hope it encourages other developers to remaster old titles. As always, thanks for watching the video, and I hope to see you next time.